bless you, and thank you for joining us here on Heart Ministry Radio Network in the Extraordinary People broadcast. I am your host, Brenda Divers, and as you can see, I have two gentlemen with me today. I have Elijah Richardson and Leroy Bryant, right? And they're from Rich Ant Enterprises, LLC, and I'll let them tell you what that is. But let's first start. Let's just get to know you guys, okay? Shout out to Internet Blake, the Delaware blogger. She certainly introduced us, and she said you have got to talk to these men. They really have an interesting project, and I think the world needs to know about it. So we're just grateful that you guys are here today and that you're going to share what you're doing. So I'm going to start with you, Leroy. Tell us who you are and just how you got involved in this project.
First of all, thank you very much for having us here today. We really appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Well, my professional background is law enforcement.
Okay.
I was a law enforcement officer for a local police agency here in Delaware. Still am in law enforcement.
Okay.
And how we came to develop this particular project was we have a lot of interaction with homeless people.
Okay.
And unfortunately, we found that a large majority of these folks are there sometimes by circumstances beyond their control.
Yes.
And so what we wanted to do is we wanted to develop some type of economic stimulus to help get these folks back on their feet. So using the resources that we have through our law enforcement backgrounds, we've been able to identify certain communities that have a large population of homeless people that unfortunately are there because of things beyond their control.
That's right.
And I'll let Eli tell you, or Elijah tell you a little bit about more about how we actually got into the meat and potatoes of wanting to really put together a strong project.
Amen. Thank you.
Well, we actually got it. Let's go back a little bit. We have to go back to the formation of Rich Ant Enterprises,
Okay.
LLC, which is our mother company. And the story is, Leroy and I was part of law enforcement also.
Okay. Well, you can tell. You can kind of tell. I didn't want to say anything, but that's kind of obvious, but that's okay.
We were sector partners. We worked in Wilmington together.
Mm-hmm.
And we actually started working on a comic book about two law enforcement officers from different departments, FBI.
Okay.
And at some point through it, we were looking at it. It was halfway through the comic book, and we said, "Oh, what about the big screen, silver screen? Let's do it. Take something big and take it further."
Okay.
So at that point, we said, "Oh, let's go out to California."
Well, actually, if I can interrupt.
The story.
Yeah.
Bring up the story.
There's a little bit of a story.
Yeah, story right here.
There's a little bit of a story to this, which is pretty interesting.
Mm-hmm.
What happened was I was visiting my parents. Now, mind you, this was we started the Rich Ant Enterprises development about 13 years ago.
Wow. Okay.
So this was a little while ago. So I was visiting my parents.
Mm-hmm.
And they were watching TV. It just happened in the news. That was all. And there was a gentleman from Puerto Rico, I believe, that claimed to be the second coming of Jesus Christ.
Okay.
And I found that absolutely intriguing, as did my father. So we engaged in a conversation about this. And basically, the synopsis of the conversation was, what would happen if Jesus Christ appeared on the planet the second time? And a light bulb went on. And almost immediately, I called Elijah.
Okay.
And I said, "Look, I know you're going to think I'm crazy, but you got to hear me out on this." So he said, "Oh, okay, what's going on?" I said, "We got to write a movie script." He's like, "A movie script? You don't know anything about writing movie scripts."
Okay.
I said, "I know, but I got this crazy idea." I said, "We got to meet up." So we met up, and bam! Next thing you know, we're like, "Wow, okay, we're going to do this." And basically, the second coming was a modern version of, it actually mirrored Jesus' first journey here.
Okay.
And but it was put in present day, and the focus of that was how would people react.
Okay. Interesting. Now, did you ever finish that project?
We did actually. It took us about 7 months.
Okay.
And our first draft was 187 pages, which at that time we knew nothing about screenwriting.
Okay.
And that was about 67 pages too long.
Wow. Wow. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so once we whittled it down, we were like, okay, we have this finished product. What are we going to do with it? And we said, well, there are screenplay competitions, so why don't we think about doing a screenplay competition? So we looked through trade articles and things of that nature. We found a particular screenplay competition out in Los Angeles.
Okay.
And what attracted us to that one was the fact that they provided feedback. It was rare that you would send your screenplay and you were able to get feedback. So we said, all right, we packaged it up, shipped it off. And they said it would take about 6 weeks before we would hear anything. So about 3 weeks in, Elijah and I were talking, we're like, what did we get ourselves into? We know absolutely nothing about screenwriting. Wow. 3 weeks later, the letter arrives. So I'm looking at the letter. Gotta call Elijah, call him up, say, gotta come over. We're gonna open this together.
Oh, you didn't even open it.
No.
Oh, wow.
No, we didn't even open it. So we're gonna open this together. So he arrived, sat at my kitchen table. I mean, I'll never forget this thing. We sat at my kitchen table, and we opened it up. And as we pulled it out and unfolded it, I mean, in bold letters, you could see congratulations.
Oh, wonderful.
And we were like, wow. Well, that screenplay, our first screenplay, actually made it to the quarterfinal rounds of this screenwriting competition. We beat out 910 other movies.
Your first time out.
First time out the gate.
First
Wow.
time out the gate.
Wow.
And that's when I think essentially we're champions.
Okay, we can do this.
That was the birth of Rich.
Wow. Now, are you both writers?
Yes.
Yes, we are. We're writers, producers,
Okay.
and directors.
Now they're absolutely.
Now directors.
Wonderful. It is something how the things that God has given you, sometimes they come out very late in life.
Yes.
I don't know, were you writing plays and all of that? You came up and were you involved in that kind of thing?
Actually, no.
I
I was the director of the Boys and Girls Club. I mean, I was in the field of service. I was the director of the Boys and Girls Club and the YMCA. I was, worked with families, resources, grant writing, and this happened. I mean, it's more or less our passion. You just came in and said, grab us.
Wow.
It
took you.
This is it. Right here.
This is exciting stuff because, again, we talked about our purpose, right? And living outside of purpose. When you're in it, you're like, wow, where have I been? This is the peace that comes with that, the fulfillment and the joy that comes with walking in your purpose. And this is exciting.
And if I may add,
Absolutely.
you kind of alluded to the fact that sometimes our purpose comes later. Right? And it's something that we have often discussed that, had we come, because we've known each other a considerable period of time, let's say had we conceived something of this nature sooner, developed some success early on, being younger and maybe even immature in some sense.
Right.
We may have been selfish and may have squandered an opportunity to help other people.
How about that?
But having achieved this, and yes, I'm going to call it success, having achieved this success later, we now have the resource to realize that, we need to help other people.
And it's an appreciation, right? And sometimes it comes out of maturity.
It comes out of maturity, and it comes out of, along this way, many setbacks, which we look at it just set us up. That's what it is. Exactly.
Oh yeah, and it's it's always encouraging to see men raising up, and doing what they're called to do, and you're helping. You're humanitarians. You said that, and I want to talk about the project in particular that we're here for today. Now we have the Forgotten Film Production, right?
Yes.
Where did that come from?
Well, that came from that whole process of, we looked at the homeless. And we've had a lot of contact with homeless veterans and the homeless community. And we're looking at them, and you see them, the famous holding the cardboard signs on the corners. We'll work for food.
Yes.
We'll work for this, and you see all of that. And we've always been in the field of service, and we started thinking. Leroy and I was like, what can we do? What can we do? Why are the homeless? And we looked into the research. We looked into what was happening in Delaware. We looked around, even around the country. Homelessness is a serious epidemic. So we said, it stood out. Also, we see a sign. We work. We will work. So Leroy and I, we said, well, how can we put them to work?
I love that. Because that's what it says.
We will work.
Yes.
So how can we put them to work? So we looked at all the projects we had. One of the things we looked back and said, let's look at all the projects we have on the table. And we had this one project actually called Night of the Vegan. It's an original script that we wrote for it's a comedy horror zombie flick.
Right.
And we said, you know what? Wow, this can have a large opportunity for us to involve a large number of homeless people in Delaware. That's just where we live. So we came up with the Forgotten Film Productions. And basically it was a subsidiary of Rich Enterprises where we wanted to create some type of economic stimulus program for homeless veterans and the homeless, and hopefully, steer them in a direction that'll increase their self-esteem, give them hope, self-value, self-worth, and all of that. And we put together, this company, and we came up with a mission, and of course we had to put a budget and everything that was going to be accomplished. So this project of ours, we're looking, through a successful campaign, we will hire as either actors or day workers 100 homeless individuals. That's the homeless veterans or just homeless that we will hire. 100. And to this day, we don't believe in Hollywood it's ever been done. We looked around.
They're actually working in the movie.
They will actually be working in the movie itself.
Wow.
And there's a lot of perks that come along with it, such as we will feed them 2 times a day during shooting schedules. We provide the transportation to and from the shooting sites. We provide each person with a $100 Wawa card. They will get paid like we would pay any other actor. They will be paid. They will be an employee. Wow. Not only that, they will receive Hollywood credit. You become credit as an actor. Yeah, you receive credit as an actor.
How's that for a company?
How about that?
We will work with local banks because, of course, you got to set up accounts and everything. So we want to work with local banks and train teaching and teach them how to open up checking accounts, how to work a debit card. We will give a survival package. And at the conclusion of all this, successful fundraising, successful film, and producing it, we want to have what we call a banquet, type of recognition that we want to bring out, all the political people and all the collaboration with all the other homeless shelters. But it's going to be a lot of work. It's going to be a lot, but that doesn't scare us. Oh. That just that gets us more. Yes. Doing more. It's going to involve a lot of people, a lot of reaching out there. But I mean, could you imagine?
I'm getting goosebumps actually.
Kind
of
at
thinking
some
about
point,
that.
Because unfortunately, homeless people sometimes they burn bridges with their families, or there's other circumstances. Economically, rents are too high, mortgages are too high. They don't make enough money.
Yes.
So then you have those who are incarcerated, and they're trying to get an apartment. They go to the landlord, but the landlords now have to do background checks. And once it comes back that they've been incarcerated, they can't get the apartment right. So they're left out onto the street, and then now they're homeless.
Wow. So we have a project. Same thing. You have a project that will offer great hope, and I love it. And it's a movie called The Night of the Vegan. This is exciting. Now, can you hold up the picture again? There was a picture that they had. It's a horror movie. And a comedy?
Horror comedy.
Horror comedy.
That is a tomato.
Tomato.
Not
Brain madness. It's a tomato in the hand.
Our zombies have a very unique palate.
Interesting. But they're going to be casting, and we talked about all the different parts to this. And the name of their website is Rich Ant Enterprises LLC. I want you to go to their website. It's going to give you all the information regarding the movie. And we talked about all the things that you need, right? So you said you would go to the site if you can offer help with what? Stage design, costumes,
makeup,
hair, and even you need vendors to come. You said you're going to feed them twice a day, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So you need that kind of support.
We'll be looking for that services.
Wonderful. And one of the things I just want to reiterate, you said you reached out to the neighboring banks and things like that.
Yeah, they will definitely. We want to get them involved in teaching and training the homeless again how to set up checking accounts, how to use a debit card, how to monitor their spending.
Yes.
Those issues
Reconcile.
It's going to build this life of getting back into the mainstream. They don't need to know how to do.
And I think that, again, one of the most exciting parts of the project is the residual income.
Yes.
And you said 20% of the project will be going to residual income.
Yes, 20% of the net will be for all the casting with homeless veterans that took place or took part in this project. That's a lifetime. The homes that's coming in, that's going to special accounts that they set up with their that's why the bank, that's why it's so important.
Yeah, and this relationship you're building too, right? The whole community really has to get involved in this project. Night of the beat. For me, it's just a problem. But again, the whole premise of this is to help homeless victims, right? Homeless people, and to reestablish them to society, to give them hope.
Yes.
That's what gives us hope in the future. And this is certainly something that gives us hope in the future.
Yes, it does.
And talk about good ideas and God ideas. And this is a God idea. This is a God idea. So, there's something that you want to leave with us, Leroy, Elijah. And we need for you to speak right into the camera. And there are some people out there who are on the brink of homelessness. It's across the board. Any of us can be homeless for whatever reason. But there's somebody who is kind of teetering right now, and there's a sense of fear that comes with it, right? What could you say to that person today?
I would simply say perseverance. No matter how dire your current situation seems, just continue to have faith, and things will turn around. As long as you stay in the game, that's the most important thing. Staying in the game will get you where you need to be. So persevere.
And I would say, homelessness is a situation that people, when I say people, find themselves in. It's not a characteristic of the people that are experiencing.
Yeah, I love that. It happens. It happens. And you have, and I've said this before, it's just so good for me to see men who are connected together in partnership and brotherhood. Ladies, we love each other all the time. And we can get together. But when I see men who are doing that, this touches my heart. I think it's a wonderful thing, especially for the young man to see, that they are men that you can connect with, men that you can trust your life to, because you have to trust each other in this process.
Yes, no doubt.
Yeah.
And if I just may add, our meeting, and I mean our meeting back in the beginning, because we come from different geographical locations, but we found ourselves working for the same police department. We found ourselves even being sector partners. And I think from the very beginning, this partnership was just meant to be. It was a divine union. And we certainly believe that this project will be the first of many that will be able to reach out and help.
Praise the Lord. And you mentioned that this project was something that was kind of when you won. Basically, we're in the competition with the screenplay, and that you have something that was new released. What was the name of that
Yes.
movie that you had? This movie?
Creature in the Woods. It was released on April 17th of this year. It is a movie that Elijah and I wrote, directed, and produced. And it's actually our first movie, and it was picked up pretty quickly for distribution. So that is available for sale. And again, we'd like to continue this trend of first. Our first screenplay, picked up quickly, and so hopefully this project as well picked up quickly, so we can just be able to help the community as a whole.
And it's wonderful. It's exciting, because we have cameras, action, all this kind of stuff. It's exciting.
It would be fun.
Yeah, yes. Thank you for mentioning that. Absolutely.
There's a bonus one. They will have fun doing it.
Yeah.
I think the eyes will brighten again. The show is going to get back, and I think that the motivation and just the momentum from this is going to propel them into getting back into the mainstream of living in life.
I love that.
I mean, that brings us so much pride. I know how we feel when Preaching Woods came out.
Yeah.
Something we worked for so hard. This is the same thing that's going to happen
The
for all of
manifestation
people.
of it.
When they turn around and have that huge banquet and they watch themselves on the screen and then off the DVD and here in their physical hand. And, that doesn't do it.
Yeah.
I know it did it for us. I think it's definitely going to do it for them all.
Amen. And again, it's just sometimes a little thing that gets you going, right? And this is a huge thing, So I just think it's a wonderful thing. It's a God idea. You guys are getting together and you're providing hope, you're providing employment, for that population and residual income. That is so cool. I think it's wonderful. So what were the sites again to go to donate?
Well, it'll be funly.com or indiegogo.com, and we will launch those sites hopefully by the end of this week. And the keyword is just type in, I don't really know the keyword right now. I gotta go and set the keyword.
Okay, we'll let you know what the keyword is.
But the keyword will definitely be on richmanenterprises.com, our website too, when you go into those sites.
So, you wonder what people are doing, right? This is something I knew nothing about. But it's so exciting, it's wonderful. And again, just for that population to know that there are people who are thinking about them, right? And again, we have ministers who come through all the time, and they're going down there, they're presenting food and clothing and all of that, and then you guys are coming up and you're giving residual. I think that's just wonderful. That once we're done with this, you can continue and you can continue to build. You have something that you can kind of know that's coming, and it's hope. It's offering hope and hope. And I think it's a wonderful, wonderful project. So let's support our brothers in this. Night of the Vegan, I'm sure we'll be hearing about casting calls and all that kind of thing. But they are hard at work getting this project together to present and to build up the homeless population, our veterans, and families. Their families who are out there, not just people by themselves, but children. And your heart goes out to them, and God is giving you something to help. That just makes it just fill our heart with joy, and that you're doing it, and you seem to be enjoying it yourself.
Oh, yeah,
that's God. He gives us gifts, and when we give, we ourselves have joy. By us giving. So let's support the Night of the Vegan. Let's support Rich Ant Enterprises LLC. Go to the website. You can find out so much about the project, what they're doing. And again, this is not their first walk in the bar. They are credentialed film writers and all that kind of thing, screenwriters. And what's the name of the show? The movie now that we can see.
It's Creature in the Woods.
Creature in the Woods.
And we're actually on IMDb, which is an internet movie database.
Okay.
Yes.
Creature in the Woods. So we know, people who have done movies and all that. So we have to be good. So this is wonderful. We're so proud of your efforts and just your love. You have to love people. You have to love them in order to have this in your heart. You have to, right? And since God is loving us, He's poured His love out. So let's support Rich and Enterprise LLC and their efforts with vegan. Night of the Vegan coming soon to a theater near you. And again, the cast and crew basically will be homeless.
Yeah, 100 homeless veterans.
Wow, 100 people that you are looking to employ. Because that's what they're doing. You're employing them.
We are employing.
Employing them. Praise them. This is good stuff. This is just good stuff. Again, go to Rich Ant. That's hyphen, right? Rich hyphen Ant Enterprises LLC. See what they're doing. You'll learn more about the movie coming up, Night of the Vegan, and how they're going to help our homeless population and support them, employ them, and give them residual income. I think that's so cool. Isn't that wonderful? God is good. God is absolutely good. We're just so grateful that you guys came. So wonderful to be here.
Thank you so much for having us.
Absolutely. This is not going to be our last time. We're going to keep you updated, as things progress. Yes. Certainly, if you're doing casting calls and those kind of things, we're going to put those out there.
Yes.
And let people know. And again, God's going to give you an idea. He's going to give you a way to help. So as He gives it to you, reach out. And let's just stay go forward in Jesus. How about that? All right. So join us often at heartministryradio.com. Again, go to Rich and Enterprises LLC. See what Elijah Richardson, Leroy Bryant, see what they're doing. And these are brothers who love God, love people, and love each other. I think that's wonderful, right? They're brothers. They're brothers. And again, you can tell they're in law enforcement. I'm dwarfed compared to them, but it's just a wonderful thing to see men on the move. I think it's wonderful. Men on the move, and they are touching lives. And this is not just going to be here in Delaware; it's going to be all over the world.
That's key.
All over the world.
This could be the blueprint for something beyond Delaware.
We certainly hope this is adopted across the board.
Yes, across the board. It's going to be exciting to see what God is going to do and continue to do in your lives. So we speak peace and a blessing over you, and we know that certainly when God is in it, it's going to be cool. So we thank you for your willingness to let God be God. And so again, thank you for joining us here on heartministryradio.com. Go to heartministryradio.com, go to HN TV. You can see this video over and over and over again. If you forget something, just go back to it, look at it, and go to their website, Rich-and Enterprises LLC, and learn all you can about this wonderful, wonderful project. We thank you for joining us, and we'll see you again. God bless you.